So to me, a modern mystic is really about taking these old practices and ancient techniques and wisdom and applying it in a modern way in 2019. So it's really about integrating those two worlds. What I learned is a lot of people that I was encountering with my tarot reading, they would have their mystical side where they could talk about tarot and astrology and crystals, and then they'd have to sort of become a different person when they go to work or present themselves to the family. And to me, a modern mystic is able to integrate all aspects of the self, bringing in these, like I said, the ancient wisdom with the modern times, and just be an integrated person. And it doesn't have to be, I feel like, anyone special or psychic or whatever. It's like these tools that are available and this access to ourselves that we all have, and applying it in a modern way. Opening the shop was never an intentional act. It was something that I thought about, like kind of fleeting, maybe like a 5-year goal. But it all happened like super synchronistically. And really, this opening the shop was for my healing. It felt like a place where we can be in service, and there was like a gap. So instead of creating something and making people come to it, it's like, how can we sort of fill a void and create something that people want? And when I would sit with the idea of the store, I would like close my eyes and I could just feel the energy of the people lining up. It was so, and that's how I kind of knew it was a good idea. It doesn't even exist yet, but I'm like, oh my gosh, these people are waiting. We just need to open the doors. And that's literally what happened. Like, we opened the doors and people just keep flooding in. Sunday school was like, just on many levels, it was just sort of like a thing that popped into my mind to do, because number one, we want to have things that are accessible and free to the public, because in a weird way, like living in this space of new age philosophy, or what I call now age, really, it's a privilege. Do you know what I mean? And not everyone has access to the information or to the tools, or can throw $50 down to buy a crystal. And so I thought that it was a really great way to give something generously to the community, and to create more community for free, and to get this information out there more widespread. Also, it was because, Brandon is my business partner, but he's also really a teacher by trade, and not even by trade, by gift. Like, he's a gifted teacher, and I think I wanted to create a platform for him to show up a little bit more and like actually share his knowledge more. It's taken us about 2 years to get that right mix, and we have a dream team now. But that was the hardest thing. And also, to be quite honest, to have a diverse staff, because I'm like a white lady, and we just had like a bunch of white ladies working there, and that did not reflect our community or our customer base or anything like that. So finding our GM, Morgan, was huge help for us, because she represents the LGBTQ community, and she's a woman of color, and then putting her in charge of hiring really shifted who was even drawn to work there, which I'm super happy about and really proud of. I would say 99% are female-owned businesses that are the makers that are in our shop. And then I try to seek out underrepresented groups, like I don't know, I'm seeing, like, I'm sure everyone is, like, in this yoga culture and the spiritual culture, a lot of like blonde white ladies like me telling people what they should and should not be doing. And I am who I am, and so that's how I can show up in the world. But I'm also very aware that there's much more to this than does that making sense? It's hard to talk about.
Yeah.
But I think that business owners have to actually make that effort and like have that awareness, and it does sometimes take extra steps. I feel like part of our mission is to like help people integrate, because I feel like most people walk in not super integrated, and like my life is my work, is my spirituality, is my relationships with friends, and my marriage. It's like all the same thing, and anything can be a spiritual practice if you bring that awareness to it. And we don't need everyone to like quit their jobs and be yoga teachers or healers. Like, we need people to, that's the modern mystic, right? We need people to take these gifts and this mindfulness and this intention and their magic and their power into every facet of our community, into the churches too, if that works for them, but into banks and corporations and whatever. Like, that's what's going to usher in like this new way that we all are dying for.